Good day to everybody, parents and scholars. I hope you all are doing well during this trying time for all of us. This is Mr. Mix. I am the behavior interventionist at DT, and I hope all of you are doing well. And parents, I want to give you some good news, and we want to offer some support through our counseling and behavior department, student services department at DT. And so I want to give you some tips and give you some good things to think about through the course of your day as we start this new week. Spring break will be over, and now we're starting a new week. And so we want to share with you some tips and ideas to help get your day structured so that you can possibly curb and prevent some of the possible behaviors that happen just with kids. I know the kids are in the home for a long period of time, and we want to try to give uh, some ideas to relieve some of the possible stress that can be taking place within your home. All right. So the first thing that you want to make sure that you do to prevent behaviors from happening in the home, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a schedule. A schedule is so important. Now, your schedule should include eating times, daily chores, academic work, different styles of projects that you can be doing with your kids, family games, free play, exercise times, and then also electronic usage such as tablets, computers, and things like that. So I want to show you an example of what we did here at my house. Um, this is a basic schedule that I had my kids uh, kind of create. And as you can see, it's Monday through Friday, and there's different variations of things that the kids will be doing during the time. And I had them created how they wanted to shape their day. And so you can have them if you can print it out or put it on a phone, any way that you want to do it. But I had it written so that they can actually see it and I can kind of approve it. And so what that helps us do as parents, and it helps the kids because they know hour to hour what to expect. So within the schedule, you'll have everything, like I said, starting from the beginning. So the first thing that you'll have is your eating time. Most kids are going to eat up, they're going to want breakfast. Okay. So at the beginning, we don't want them just eating at random times because that's probably been a frustration that you've experienced during this time of quarantine is that we've seen kids want to just constantly be in the refrigerator and want to constantly be in the kitchen. Well, if you designate an eating time, then the kids know exactly when it's time for snack, when it's time for lunch, when it's time for breakfast, and when the kitchen is closed, right? Parents, I know you'll appreciate that when the kids will know when the kitchen is closed, all right? And then second, to give them something to look forward to do, they need to have some chores. Now, it doesn't matter what type of home you live in, chores give the scholars a sense, it gives your kids a sense of responsibility. It gives them something to look forward to. It gives them something to do. And they can do any style of chores from sweeping the kitchen, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning up their room, cleaning up the backyard, wiping down counters, wiping walls, wiping stair banisters, cleaning up the front yard, raking leaves, anything that you can create as a chore, dusting, any of those things, and you can assign different chores for different scholars. You can assign different chores for your kids throughout the week so they know this is their responsibility. And no one can overstep the boundary of the other because they know what to expect and they know what's theirs. So that gives them a sense of responsibility. All right. All right. So, furthermore, you know that thirdly, they're going to have their academic work. The academic work, of course, that has already been sent out from all of their teachers. Their academic work is going to consist of a variety of different lessons that they're going to have for approximately a 3-hour period. And you want to incorporate this in your daily schedule. All right. Now, after the academic work, now it's time to get creative because now there's a lot of time between the ending of their academic work and bedtime. So one thing, parents, that you can do is allow your kids to be able to be creative. If the kids are creative and they're able to get into projects, they're able to do things and make things, then this will stop a lot of potential behaviors because one thing that kids really enjoy doing is being creative with their hands, being creative with art. You can use a variety of things to do during this creative period. Use cardboard, use toothpicks, um, use paper, uh, pens, markers, anything that they can do to be creative, and they can create projects during this creative time. But once again, you can schedule it into their schedule so they know exactly, hey, this is my creative time. This is my time to get creative. This is my time to create projects. Parents, you can work with them or they can work together on a project. Now, if they work together on a project, what you want to do, parents, is facilitate how they work together because this is where you may see some behaviors come out is when they're not able to work together based on, hey, one person might want this pen and now they're arguing about the pen, or I want this color, they're arguing about this color, or he has too many papers or she has less papers. And these can become times where the kids will start to fuss and argue amongst one another. And this is a great teachable moment. As you, as the parent teacher, you're in position to be able to help them navigate during this project time. Now, uh, in addition to the projects, another piece that can be embedded into your schedule can be family games. So you can find a time in between or after your projects for the family to engage in family games. Now, family games, can be anything. You can play tag, freeze tag. You can run around the house. You can create little games within the home. You can play board games. All right, that's an awesome way. You can play Monopoly, you can play Trouble, you can play any kind of board game that you have. But family games is a time for you to have fun, release stress, um, and be able for the kids to actually stimulate their mind during family game time. And parents, you got to sacrifice. I know sometimes we get caught up in our daily lives and things that we're doing, but if you sacrifice your time to spend some time with your kids, then you'll be able to allow the kids to spend some quality time with you. And at the same time, you will be able to help the kids navigate through some of their behaviors. Now, what you're going to see if you create family game times is that you're going to see some frustration and some arguing and fighting amongst the kids. For example, maybe some of the kids might get upset because they lost, or they missed a turn, or they got put back. And now all of a sudden, frustration is kicking in. So I'm going to show you some ideas of how to deal with that when that takes place. But it's a great teachable moment from you as a parent to be able to help your kid navigate through these feelings and behaviors that they may be having during a family game time. Okay. But we're still talking about the schedule for now. And so another part of the schedule can include exercise. Exercise, exercise, exercise. It's very, very important that not only you, but your kids get exercise. Now, knowing that they're normally at school, they normally get a lot of exercise. But now that they're not in school, they don't have organized exercise times. So you want to put that into the schedule. You want to put that into your schedule and you want to designate what type of exercise they're going to be doing. If they play sports, maybe you have them go and dribble the basketball. If they like to run, you create races and runs out in the backyard. If you have stairs, you can go up and down the stairs. If you have jump ropes, you can work on jump ropes. If you like to dance, dancing is a very good exercise, but you have to have a designated time for your kids to know that right now we are going to have some exercise, whether you do it together or if they like to do things independently. Allow them to have exercise time. This will release a lot of energy out of them. It'll also be something on their schedule that they can look forward to doing. And once the routine is created, it'll just help them fall in line. All right, and lastly, the last part that needs to be put onto your schedule, of course, is electronic usage. All right, and that's your tablets, that's your video games, and that's your television and internet time. All right. Now, with those times, we know that the kids, if we just leave it up to the kids, they'll be on the electronics all day long. All right. And we don't want that. That's not good for their eyes. It's not good for their brain development. We want to use the electronics as a reward. So you want to schedule electronic time in there. And instead of allowing them to wake up in the morning and just begin playing video games and just begin on electronics, once the schedule is in place, then you can be able to schedule specific times that they will be able to get on these electronics, and based on their performance and their behavior throughout the day academically and through all the other things that are on your schedule, then they can earn their time on the tablets and on the video games. And that will make it much more rewarding for them, and it'll make it much easier for you. And I'm going to show you some ideas of how to do that. So once again, create a schedule. That is number one. And on the next video, I will show you how to then incorporate certain elements of your schedule and to be able to help them socially within the house. All right. Thank you. Take care.